most all of them are from one particular part of the country. Is that a pan-Nigeria president? No. If you see somebody who is indeed, we see Nigeria as, whether you are Igbo, whether you are Yoruba, whether you are Yoruba, or whether we see, once you are qualified, once you have something to offer to Nigeria, you do. Obasanjo did it. Obasanjo brought people, very brilliant people from everybody. Brought people like El-Rufai. He brought people like Olusegun Aganda. He brought people like Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. He brought Charles Oludo, Obiose Kwesili. Everywhere he brought, irrespective of their.
So why didn't we see the seaports working in those areas during that regime? Again,
when for consistency you have, if for instance I constantly tell you that this is white, this is white, this is white, this is white, even though you might begin to see more of the white here, it's the same thing. Obasanjo couldn't have on his own. It's a thorny issue. It's a thorny issue. That's why.
But a lot has been invested in building those infrastructure in the first place. We have those seaports there. Monies are being paid to the workers there. So why waste all of these resources and then focusing on just one state?
I want to ask you a question. When was last time you saw the beggar, that infrastructure, that's the bridges, the pedestrian bridge of beggar? When was last time? Maybe recently? Maybe you just drive there without looking, without examining. Look at the decay. Look at the decay of that place. When somebody came, you fixed that, the thing became very, very beautiful and all that. Just go there, you see that the roofs have caved. It's either they've gone up, but is the government in power?
Even the barricades that were built on the road.
People are now dashing across the road. So the question again is that, why is this current government not maintaining that infrastructure? If you have the answer, then you have the answer to the whole play about the country.
Despite the fact that they're from the same party.
It's the same party, not intra. And so not intra-party. Intra-party.
But we know they had their issues before someone.
It is the same issues you also have. Somebody will, if a non-northerner comes in now, you'll be the north has dominated everywhere. You now start changing them again. They not say okay, now that our man is not here, you are marginalizing us. And it's the same thing.
It's cyclic in that
sense.
This is
maybe we should go to Rwanda and borrow the Rwanda model. What they did was that after the pogrom in 1994, when they lost over 100,000 souls because of the Hutu and Tutsi distrust, they came and said, we need to work as a country. As we speak now, it's against the law for you to call yourself a Hutu or a Tutsi in Rwanda. You are first of all seen as a Rwandan. Your Tutsiness or your Hutuness is subsumed under that national pride, that Rwandanness. That's the way it is. But is there a Nigerianness here? You are first a Yoruba before you are Nigerian. And we are first a Yoruba and first a Edo. But that's the way it is. If this new government comes in now, then they draw the list of the ministers and all that. You will look for a fine hair comb. This name, it doesn't look Yoruba. You'll be counting, okay, this is Olusegun, this is Awamaradi, this is Bolanle, this is, you take this Yoruba, okay, you have about 10 Yoruba, you go back, this Musa, is Muslim. Okay, let's also count Muslim. You are counting them. So at the end of the day, it's about a list about 20. You see about maybe about 9 Yoruba names, about maybe 6 Muslim names, whether they are. When you get there, you say, okay, is it Edo Muslim or is it Yoruba Muslim? Then you not see Okechukwu.
It looks like you're already swinging the pendulum in one direction.
No. What you now look at is that you are looking at how many Yoruba in this.
Religious lines.
How many Igbo do you have there? Oh, this government is pro-Yoruba. How can you put 9 Yoruba in this one? You are putting 6 Igbo. You are putting all that on all that. Do you know how many states you have in Nigeria? 36. It's broken into 4 regions. Right? No, 6 regions.
6 regions.
Now, each of these regions were supposed to have equal number of states.
Yes, 6 each.
The Southwest has 6. The South has 6. The Northeast has 6. West has 7.
Yes.
Southeast has 5.
5, yeah.
What's responsible? Nigerians are beginning to say, oh, why did you have to give the Igbo country 5? So this is the problem. You won't see a list and say, okay, this one is qualified. This one is qualified. What's the bang of this one? Oh, this one. But you are saying this is this. That's exactly a problem. Go and mark it today. When this were able to successfully install a new government and it comes up with a list of
ministers,
I'm sure maybe I might still be invited here to come and talk about the configuration or the composition of the national cabinet. How many Yoruba are there? How many Igbo are there? How many Christians? How many Muslims? Is that how to run the country?
Well, let's also look at another issue following the president's visit. 65 million naira lost as MPA shuts Lagos port over Buhari's visit.
Very, very sad.
Sad.
You don't shut down a state or just shut down an economy because the president visiting. Yeah, I do know that the president they have to be well guided against whatever attacks and all that. Yeah. Even the US, sometimes they shut down some places, but you see, they are being creative. They are being creative. I'm not even sure the presidents are aware that the whole place was shut down because of him. And
that's true.
May not be aware. But again, number one, you see, there is this local panel, we call it eye service. So a lot of these governors, they do eye service. Eye service means let them see that I'm working. So as he was coming to Lagos, I won't hear that maybe they are stoning Buhari so keep the people away from the roads. People who may be disgruntled, who may be angered by the policy of this government, don't let them come close so that they don't go and embarrass me and the governor of the state. So keep them very. So what you need to do, you pump up the number of security agents along the road and all that. Again, they must also be seen to be working. And then, as I said earlier before, when we went on break, is that these people have they will be paid the daily allowance for they call them special duty allowance. Okay. So somebody will earn that money and pay them. So how would they be seen to be working? So eye service is part of it. Do you know what it means? How many hours did Buhari spend in that leg? Very few. Because as I said, in the morning, the afternoon was still at Bauchi before he flew down here. Question is, when he landed at the Murtala Mohammed Airport, I know they must have used helicopter to move him. So the roads that he didn't pass, why cordon off the road? Why? You could say, okay, the Lekki has this concentrate on that area.
But was it really moved with the helicopter? If it was moved with the helicopter, there was no need. So what I'm saying is, for them to have cordoned off the road, it means he used the roads. They couldn't have cordoned off the road.
Well, whether he used it or not, I'm telling you what they call security implications.
Exactly.
That's what they will tell you.
They do that,
and they run away with it.
Yes, they do that sometimes to make his movement unpredictable.
Yes.
So you think he's going by road or he's going through this axis, and then most times they cordon off like 3-4 axes.
And we know how traffic issue is in Lagos, especially with the fuel scarcity. And now, there were some diversions yesterday because of the president's arrival and all of that. That, of course, has its implications.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you maybe a rhetorical question. If you can answer it, go ahead. If Buhari, when he came, okay, still in Lagos, when he came in yesterday, and then we witnessed an untoward incident that affected maybe his
convoy.
You think how do you think you rate Sanwo-Olu's government?
Well,
it's a rhetorical question. You don't need to answer it.
I pretty much understand that, but you know quite well again that in this part of the world, it may not look that way. It may not look that way because we had an incident last year where the president's advance team was attacked
in Katsina, in his own state.
We didn't really hear of how it affected the governors or the government there in terms of their ratings. I pretty much understand that, although it's a different scene because now the president is in that motorcade, but I don't think it will affect more because you'd have had more of that security force.
I mean, developed countries have their presidents visit their states, and I don't think, they have economic grounded. No, I know where it's coming from, but these are the issues. You have people's businesses.
It's quite insensitive to the everyday people. Also insensitive to the business community. How much do you say that about
65 million naira
lost?
That's just the port alone.
And that's lost. How about the roads?
Other businesses.
Nobody has calculated that.
I'm sure it will be about 700
how about the man hours lost? How about the stress level? No, none of them calculated. So you see, if you want an economy to work, you don't put encumbrances. Do you know that on the 25th of February, 2023, the whole nation is going to be shut down? The whole nation will be shut down.
In the US, there's no public holiday.
For an election that will take place between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. The whole nation, 36 states, will be grounded. And everywhere will be militarized.
How much are we losing?
Militarized.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't tell you what kind of economy we are. Do you think that these leaders, they think of the losses?
How much we're going to lose on that day?
And we know that even the Dangote refinery will be launched soon, and when that is also launched,
another
grounding apparently. And you know quite well that elections are not in one day. We vote, for about 3 Saturdays. You have the presidential, you have the governorship and state house, you have national. So you're looking at the whole economy of the nation shut down for at least 3 whole days.
Yes.
When
are you not aware
Saturdays
that once upon a time, recently, when Buhari came to this, I think he came to Lagos, the traffic problem, I think it came to the island or so. The traffic situation affected Abuleba community.
Yes.
Yes. There was an overflow from Ikeja to Abuleba to Ogba because president came. It doesn't have to be like that. No, it doesn't. And do you know people who own shop, people who drive, they want to bring business and all that, they are heading traffic, they are burning energy, and the energy they don't even have money to buy it. Look at the stress level and all that. Maybe somebody needs urgent attention in the hospital. So,
and they're polluting the air for that.
It is not how a country should be run. And what bothers me, Mobolale, is we have these people who travel abroad, they see how things are done over there.
Exactly.
And I wonder why they come here. They do not seem to replicate what they find over there.
Because even they can't benefit from it.
It's not even they do is the fake version of what they find over there.
They won't want to replicate that here because they won't benefit from it.
They even behave themselves when they're out there. They take the trains.
Yes.
They follow the
we see pictures and clips
and the system of things there. But here, because the system is already faulty.
And who made the system faulty? The leadership.
Because that benefits
everything rises and falls on leadership. Again, that's why we are insisting, using this medium to tell Nigerians on the 25th of February 2023, that piece of card, that piece of plastic you have there is your power. Again, it's to be replicated on the 11th of March for the state elections. That card is very, very important. So, and you must choose right. If you use sentiment, you use emotions. So go and say, Omawani, whatever. Another 4 years.
Well, in wrapping up, this Lekki Deep Sea Port and the rice mill at Imota, are you optimistic about the industrialization that it will bring the country? And what do you think that the coming administration can learn from this? Do you see sustainability when it comes to continuity, especially if the incoming government isn't in tandem, isn't the same party as this outgoing government?
Well, there's a yes and there's a no. Let me answer the yes or the no first. The no is even when you are running private businesses, how about the policies? Are the policies friendly?
That's true.
Even right, this is a private concern, right? Good. This iBrandTV is a private concern with no government hands and all that. But how much is it costing you to run this place when you talk about power? I don't know. Okay, how about energy? Your diesel. Look at the machines you have made, the generators you have downstairs. Have you ever run here on NEPA, let's call it NEPA for about 1 week without any problem? No. So, but that's also government policy. How about the licensing? I told you about the radio station.
Yes.
Do you know how much you pay every year? Even the mast we have there, we also pay to LCCA. Then government will come. They say it's something private. Premises. It's supposed to be residential premises. It's not business. You need to also pay. You need to pay for diesel. You need to pay for this. They need to tax you. Multiplication of taxation and all that. They are all there. You need to pay this. Even when your vehicle is driving on the way, you have a sticker of your car. They need to pay again to LASA. Everything, not government running into, but the government's policies strangulating even the private concern. So it's the same thing. If the policies will wear human face for Imota, if the policy will wear human face for Lekki Deep Sea, and again, the port authority, the port official are going to be working there. If they will let your goods be clear without asking them for...
Look at the congestion at Apapa.
So, and then trailers will be on the way. They say, okay, you pay before you go. You pay. But people will not say, okay, no, Oga never chopped this money. Oga, find us something. If they are able to eliminate those things, it will work, and that will now be, it will stimulate growth in other areas. But if we still run business and with governments strangulating policies are still there, I won't end that statement.
Well, ellipsis. Brilliant analysis from you this morning.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Public affairs analyst. Thank you so much for joining us.
And people don't also know that I'm a broadcaster. People don't know.
No, but I mentioned it.
No, I said,
and it's obvious.
People don't know.
Well, thank you so much for your time on the show. We'll take a break now. When we come back, it will be time to talk money. Stay with us.